You are about to listen to the Beers and BS podcast. They say this is the greatest podcast in the history of our country, and the guest is tremendous. They say nobody does better impressions than this guy, Little Josh Rosen. Believe me, I think you're going to love this podcast a lot. And if you don't, you're a total loser. This will be the highest rated, most viewed podcast in the history of Beers and BS. Believe me, enjoy the podcast. China.
This is the Beers and BS podcast, sponsored by one of the locals, Under the Sun Inserts, Brewport Coffee House, and Brewport Cafe. And now here's your hosts, Adrian, Joe, and Mike.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Beers and BS, the podcast. We are your hosts. We got Mike D sitting across. To my right, we got Joey.
Yo.
Down in Tennessee, we got our producer, Gabe.
Gabe.
Tonight, we got a special guest. We have comedian and impressionist down in Florida, South Florida, that is, Josh Rosen.
Josh.
What's up, Josh?
Thank you for being here, Josh. Appreciate
Thanks for having me, guys.
Welcome to the pod, Josh. Josh, we start every show at, like I said, the title of this show is Beers and BS, the podcast. We always go around the table, talk about what we're drinking. So you want to kick that off? What are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, so as you guys might be able to see in the background, I've got Diet Mountain Dew by the truckload. So
right.
I'll be downing some Diet Dew tonight. This is my sober drink of choice on
Nice.
the Dew and BS.
Good for you. Good for you. Can't wait to see you bouncing off the walls in a few,
you got a
few
kick
minutes.
to it.
Do you buy it by the truckload? Because it looks like it.
Yeah, whatever Costco's got,
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I buy it by the pallet, actually, yeah.
There you go.
Awesome.
Mike, what do you got, buddy?
I went tonight with our regular Coors.
Ooh,
I haven't seen one of them in a fucking
banquet. What, they call that Yellow Jacket or no?
I call it regular Coors.
Yeah, okay.
You don't see that too
Yeah,
much.
but it's the banquet, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Nice.
Tall boys too.
Tall boys. Gotta do it.
Joseph.
All right, I got I'm sipping on some High Noons.
Nice.
I don't think I've done this yet on this show. I don't know if we've had a High Noon on the show.
No, I don't think so. What flavor?
This is a pineapple. It's vodka and soda, and it's 4.5% alcohol. These are pretty popular around these days, and they're only 100 calories and there's no sugar. So that's why I'm hitting it.
Nice.
They're delicious.
Nice.
Cheers.
Gabe, what do you got, buddy?
I'm just drinking water tonight. We're under a severe storm warning, and there's some tornadoes going on in the area, so I need to be sober in case I need to drive somewhere.
All right.
Smart
Be
man.
safe.
Tonight, I went back to old faithful little Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA,
Voodoo.
9% from New Belgium. I drink these often. I like these. So
Yeah.
here we go.
Sure.
Nice.
All right, cool. Josh Rosen, not to be mistaken from the 2018 quarterback from UCLA that was drafted number 10 by the Arizona Cardinals. How often does that happen, Josh? Has that ever happened?
I was such a bust that I had to start a new career as a comic impressionist and move to South Florida, and this is what I'm doing now.
I actually had to look it up to see if this guy's still in the league, and he is. He's playing for the Vikings.
Your new career, I watched a few videos. Your new career is definitely better than your old career. So,
Oh yeah, making more money.
I'm sorry, but I cut you off. I apologize.
I said I'm making more money as a comedian than I ever did in the NFL.
Yeah.
there you go.
Well, that's what. Do you ever get mistaken for him? They ever send you a check on accident or anything?
Well, no, there's no checks coming because I didn't
He never made no money.
That's funny.
Dolphins, Cardinals didn't work out.
No.
So how long you been at the Impressionist game, the comedy
So-
comedy side of it?
Yeah, I went to college at Florida State University, go Noles, and that I graduated in 2011, and as my senior year there is when I started performing.
Yeah.
When you first start doing comedy, you don't know what the heck you're doing. Like even the great ones, right? We all started don't know what we're doing. So I knew I was good at doing impersonations for a while, but that's always been a talent I've had. And like I used to watch Frank Caliendo a lot, who I'm sure you guys
Oh, yeah, he's great. Yeah.
Love that guy.
And so when I started out, I would try to mimic like his style on stage. And now I've kind of got my own style, still doing impressions on stage, but it's my own way of doing it.
And who was your first that you Who was the first person that you impersonated on stage?
On stage,
Yeah, in
well,
front of a crowd.
Obama.
Obama.
Yeah, that was the main part of my act for a while, doing
All
Barack
right.
Obama, and then I was, I would do sports people too. Marv Albert was a big one, but
Ah,
probably the
So
main.
if I asked Barack Obama, now in 2020 they passed the legalization of marijuana. Mr. Obama, have you partaken in the use?
Look, let me be clear. Me and Joe once held a joint session, and we got a little high,
That's great. Sounds just like you close your eyes, sound just like him.
and then we passed Obamacare.
I have to ask you, like, so how did you know you can do impressions? Like, what was it that were you just practicing? Like, what was it? Were you just trying to mimic somebody?
Yeah, so I I'm a sports fan too, so and I've always been into the broadcasters, right? So when I used to watch NBA growing up, Marv Albert, I started doing that voice when I was a kid, and that was like my dream job when I was a kid. I was like, I want to be a broadcaster like Marv Albert or Bob Costas.
mhm.
And so then I just started I don't know, I just started doing it one day, and people would tell me like that sounds like him, and then also just with like to be able to do impressions, you're naturally really observational. You pick up on things that
Because you
people,
not only do you do the voice, you do the body language, and
Yeah.
it's not just the
There's
voice.
a full package. The mannerisms are just as important as the voice, I think.
yeah, it's like how someone walks, how they breathe, the facial expressions, and all that. And so I started to just do like the teachers in school and stuff, and like I just thought it was normal that you could do that, and that's how I started.
So
Awesome.
can I ask you just real quick, like kind of like a follow up to that? Is there like what's your process? Like how do you're saying you study the person? That's kind of like how it is, and then you'll just sit there and just go over it, like do the voice and just keep doing it, and then try it out on people, obviously, because it's hard to hear how you hear, right? Like hear yourself.
Yeah, I have a good ear, so like I kind of know if I'm close or not to getting a voice down. But I do throw stuff out like on. I've built a good audience on X, so like if I'm trying out something new, like if I want to get feedback on there, I'll put it out. I also will record myself in like the voice memos in the phone,
Yeah.
and then listen back just to be like because I know if it's close or not. And I even do voices like out in public, like it was like I'm ordering like a coffee or something. The people don't know. Like how do
Yeah.
they like I'm doing, I'm trying to work on Kevin Harlan or something. Like
That's awesome.
they just think that's how my voice might sound.
That's freaking funny.
So let's give us a taste of Kevin Harlan ordering coffee at Dunkin' Donuts. Go ahead.
Galloping, chiseling, knifing his way through the Dunkin' drive-through lane, I'd like a corn muffin and an iced coffee right between the eyes, with no regard for human life. A flamethrower by Josh Rosen. We just saw a man fly.
Awesome.
Nice.
You got the barista like, what's up with this guy? Like,
Oh yeah, yeah.
that's funny.
Harlan is fun to do because he's he's got a real voice like that's exciting, and that one took a lot of practice too to get to where it is now. I'm still trying to get it better, but like that one wasn't what didn't come within like days. That one took like a lot of practice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a roller coaster, that impression. His voice goes up and down.
And there's also a lot of like with Harlan, like he'll be talking and he'll be like, he'll be describing a plate. Jimmy Freakin' Butler, a flamethrower, presented by State Farm, like a good neighbor. State Farm throws the ads in like smoothly.
Yeah.
So true.
That's
so
great.
true.
That's funny.
What's your favorite impression to do?
It's been the presidents like are fun. So like a lot of people know me for doing Donald Trump now, so that's a fun one to do because there's no like anything goes with him, right? and whoever's president, Biden too, is fun.
So if I ask you, like, President Trump, recently you're in a New York courtroom fighting hush money charges, and the judge, for the 10th time, has ordered you to gag. How do you feel about that?
Excuse me. First of all, that was a very nasty question. Such a nasty question, okay? Sounds like you work for the fake news. This judge is so corrupt and so rigged, okay? It's like dealing with Judge Judy, okay? So nasty and so low energy, too. The whole thing's a witch hunt. I've never met this woman, Stormy, in my life. Never seen her, okay?
Awesome.
That's great. That's great.
That is good. So is that would you say that's your most requested impression?
Trump is the most requested. Yeah, definitely. And I put on a wig when I do him, and the suit and everything.
I was gonna say I saw a lot of videos and it's hysterical, absolutely hysterical.
President Trump, what's the most outrageous tweet you've thought of but never and wanted to send but never did?
Well, I think everything I've sent, was pretty outrageous. That's what they say. But, I've wanted to speak a lot about the Stormy Daniels tits, okay? But fake news won't let me talk about it. But I have a lot of things to say about them, okay? They're so fake. It's like watching the fake news. It's so sad. The silicon is coming from China. China.
It's that dumbfounded look you got. That's the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
He looks up a lot.
He does look up a lot. What the fuck is he looking at?
There's a lot of hand motion going on all the time.
It's just so fun. I mean, like, do you guys see him? Have you guys caught any footage? Like when he comes out, like after a day in court, and then he just comes out and he just
So
talks.
angry.
Yeah, like you just see. He's just like, they told me not to say anything. He's like, but then he just keeps talking.
It's
First
so
person
fake.
ever.
They tried to put a gag order on. Can you believe that? Okay.
What I mean,
I know
you
more
think,
about gagging than anyone, believe me. You know who else knows about gagging? Joel Embiid. That guy's a joke artist.
Hell yeah.
There you go.
fuck that guy,
Hey, it's the first thing he said that was true.
Trump.
Yeah.
Trump sports updates are fun. I do those. Trump and Biden sports updates.
Let's hear a little Biden.
So hold on, President Biden. We got a question from our audience. This one comes from Benny in Massachusetts, and Benny wants to know, since you have such a great memory, what is your earliest favorite childhood memory?
I remember.
It looks like somebody should be feeding him like yogurt right now.
Applesauce.
I remember being in the locker room with Patrick Ewing and sniffing his legs on the Amtrak. I said to him, "Come on, man, give me a break." And then we had ice cream together.
Oh, very good.
Oh man, that's
The little licks.
Yeah. And the hand motion.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hysterical.
Have you ever done anything to where your Skip Bayless is arguing with your Marv Albert?
Yeah, I'm working on more skits like that. So the Skip Bayless is my most viral impression. I started doing Skip a couple of years ago on Twitter and not thinking the impression would blow up, but it did. Like, it just took off like immediately because he's a tough person to imitate. No one's imitated him. No one's been able to imitate him successfully before. And he even spoke about that on his podcast, Skip. He was
Did he really?
He said, Frank Caliendo, he's tried and couldn't imitate me. Bill Hader couldn't do it. I guess I'm just not imitatable. I've never seen any quite like it.
That's funny. What about I saw that you do a good Stephen A. Smith as well.
Let me be very, very clear. We look from that perspective. All I'm saying is this brother Jalen Brunson, he's box office. He's big time. Looking at perspective. Now I spoke to sources close to Coach Tibbs, and he told me that Hartenstein, however the hell you say his name, he told me that brother can ball. Looking at perspective. That's what my source is telling me.
Oh man,
Oh man,
that's good.
That's hysterical.
seriously, I find this amazing. I really do.
Yeah.
It's a little scary because it's almost like how many personalities does Josh Rosen have?
Josh, can you sing? Are you able to sing?
Only in a voice.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Not really like as myself, you know. Like if I was doing, yeah, like I could do whoever, Stephen A. or Trump singing something.
Singing.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
No. By the way, there's another sports person I started doing, Mad Dog.
Oh, Chris Russo.
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud, my God. I tell you what, this kid Jalen Brunson, he does a joke, an embarrassment. The Philadelphia 76ers of Bob Cousy, back in my day, these kids would play 48 minutes and wouldn't complain one bit. But now with all the Apple and the whatever the hell they're talking about, the kids nowadays, Bob Cousy.
Nice.
That's funny.
Mad Dog.
What about Mike Francesa?
Is he popular in Florida? Or you were Mike Francesa?
No. Yeah, I know who he is, Mike and the Mad Dog, but like,
Right.
it's, yeah, he's not
notable enough.
here. I grew up listening to Levitard because
Dan Le Batard, yeah.
the Dan Levitard show, before he was on ESPN, he was just on a local radio down here, 790. So, I grew up like probably that was the main sports radio that I listened to. And now they're, national, but
Is he still in the business?
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not on ESPN. He had like the show on but he's not. That's not on anymore.
I'm sure he has a
But
podcast.
I think he's still on the radio, right? Wouldn't you say, Josh?
he's on. They have their own show that streams on YouTube. It's pretty big. But their studio's out of Miami, and yeah, he's got a big show now. He's doing good.
Does he still have his father on?
Poppy,
Yeah.
the dad comes on like once in a while. Yeah.
Yeah, I always like that he has dad on.
So, like, when you do Marv Albert, do you do like a play-by-play? Like, you could break down like a Bunsen 3 and 1, with Marv?
Yeah, or ordering a coffee as Marv or whatever.
How about Marv ordering some white panties and garter belts?
Yes, I'd like an order of white panties, please, from way downtown. And, I'm going to serve up a facial. Yes, it counts, and the foul.
Oh man,
Priceless. That's priceless.
I freaking. You know what? I still love.
No,
Marv
I love him. Yeah,
I still love
I-
Marv Albert.
so do I.
It's out there, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
It's
mean-
out there.
A series of moves put on by Josh Rosen on the young lady that works at Dunkin' Donuts. Rejected.
Is most of your day practicing voices somewhere, some way or another?
A lot of it, yeah. I do.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of drive-throughs. Doing different characters. I've done Trump at Chick-fil-A.
Are you active every day? Like, you put a new video out every single day?
I try to, yeah.
Yeah.
Like it depends. Yeah. X has been a really good platform for me. What I do on X and Instagram, I post a lot of videos too, but on X, like, because it's like, there's a lot of sports and politics on there. So like someone will tweet something and I'll do a reply video in character. So like AB, you guys know Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
he's like really active on X now, and like he posts shit about like Joe Biden all the time, like making fun of him. So I reply as Biden or Trump a lot.
Oh, that's fun.
And he shared a couple of my stuff.
Oh, he acknowledges it. That's awesome.
Yeah, he shared one of my Trump replies. He was like, he quoted the tweet and said, "Is this Skip Bayless dressed as Donald Trump?"
That's cool. That's awesome, right?
Yeah, I've gotten in touch with a lot of people the last year or two.
Who's your favorite impressionist?
My favorite impression,
Or just a comic?
definitely Caliendo's up there. Just because I have so much respect for what he's done. Doing impressions and making it so that you can become mainstream doing sports impressions, right? Because like his John Madden was huge.
Yeah. Oh my
His
God.
John Madden's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that kind of made it like acceptable to, or at least that way, hey, you can do a sports person and it can go mainstream.
Yeah.
And I mean, I like the old time comics too. I'm a big fan of Rodney Dangerfield, who I also imitate. Rich Little, who was a great impressionist of
Oh,
the past.
wow. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did all the voices.
Jimmy Fallon. Does Jimmy
And-
Fallon do impressions? I feel like he does.
Fallon
He
does
does,
impressions, yeah.
I mean, I feel like anybody on Saturday Night Live does impressions.
Yeah.
So. Now, has that been an avenue that you wanted to maybe, like, I mean, have you ever thought about that? Because I got to be honest with you, I hear you doing these voices and I'm like, this guy could be on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
especially when he wigs up like Donald Trump, like he belongs on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
It's that good.
I would like to, yeah. I mean, a dream would be to play the president on SNL or to do a weekend sports update on SNL as Skip Bayless. I think that would crush.
I mean, you could do any of these guys, I think, would work on SNL. Looking at your Instagram and stuff and seeing all the impressions that you do, I think they all could work on SNL.
They all could work, yeah. So,
Right. So did we just agree to be his agent, my manager, to get him on SNL, try to get him on?
sold. Yeah.
I mean, but seriously though, I mean, you are super talented. I mean, to do what you do on a whim like that, you know what I mean? Just to get into character like that.
And you do the comedy clubs, right?
Yeah. I'm in, I do a lot of shows like around South Florida, live shows. I'm starting to get, bigger gigs too. Lately, I've been doing, I've gotten some private shows. Like I recently did a wedding toast as Donald Trump.
That's
So that-
awesome.
that was
A lot of fun. I did that like a week ago, which was awesome. So if you know anyone that's getting married that wants to have Trump do their toast,
Yeah.
That's such a great idea. I didn't even know that was a
No,
thing. You know what I mean?
store openings or
Yeah, that is such a great
please.
idea.
Yeah.
yeah. So right now I'm playing to a lot because we're in the election year. I'm playing to a lot of like doing the Trump stuff and trying to get that out there. And I did a casino a couple weeks ago with a magician. We each did like 40 minutes in that show. And there's certain impressions like that I can't. The president's everyone knows, right? Every audience. But
Right.
I can't do Skip Bayless in front of like a lot of audiences unless they're
Sports fans, right?
or Marv Albert or Kevin Harlan or whoever. So it's like you got to kind of know your audience of which impressions to do. The president's always hit. The political people always hit. Rodney Dangerfield, Larry David hits, ones like that.
So
Oh, you have a Larry David.
Ronnie,
I did not know that.
You want to hear some Larry David?
Oh, I will love some Larry David.
Oh, look, he puts the glasses. Look. Oh.
Already, man. Already.
Gotta be honest, I'm not really feeling this podcast. I was kind of hoping it would get canceled.
So does most of the country.
Except Singapore.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice.
Larry.
Like, all right.
But look, he looked like him too.
He
know?
did. As soon as he put the glasses on, I felt it. I'm telling you, dude, this guy, you should really, Saturday Night Live is missing out on you. And I'm not just saying that.
I mean, is there opportunities to? How does that work? SNL? Can you just show up and audition, or do they hold auditions, or how does that work?
yeah, I mean, you can't just like show up at like
I'm here.
NBC Studios as Skip Bayless.
What's that?
But
The Second City too, right? What's that?
That's out of Chicago, I think, right?
Yeah.
yeah, it's out of Chicago. It's not as big as it used to be. Yeah, I think the key is just keep going, trying to go viral on social media. That's because some of the people from SNL now, that's how they got on there,
Right.
Yeah.
Stepping stone.
viral. So that's got to be like major focus as much as like what you do on stage.
Right. Did you find it hard to fill 40 minutes of time on stage? Was it nerve wracking?
So I feel like I've been doing it enough now. Like I've had a good regular gig too the last 2 years, where I was on this dinner cruise in Fort Lauderdale, and I'd have to do just 15 minutes every show, but there was always at least 100 people. So doing that for the last 2 years, like you figure it out, like you figure out what works and what
And how
doesn't.
to keep going and digging, right?
Yeah, so like doing that gig the last 2 years, I feel like I felt confident that I had enough material.
That's cool.
40 minutes. That's a long set, man. 40
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And be in front of all those people and keep rolling with it.
And you have no issue like being in front of, a bunch of people speaking?
I love it. I get nervous right before a little bit, but I love being in front of a crowd. Like you have to love that entertaining people, otherwise you'll crash and burn up there.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
And
Now,
you have to be prepared too. Like every comedian that says they just wing it up there is lying. Like all the good comedians, like they've been doing this. They've mastered their craft.
Right? They did their homework.
Even when the ones that are like improvising on stage, they're not really improvising. Like they've thought through everything they're gonna say.
Now, have you been like, has there like, I'm sure it's happened, I'm saying, but like, you feel like you're crashing a little bit, you know what I mean? You might be like, it's not fun. Like, what do you do? How do you like just transition and move on? You just keep going, or like you could feel it? You know what I
You
mean?
can feel it. I mean, I've had some. It doesn't happen that often now because I feel like I've gotten pretty good at what I'm doing. But like, yeah, I mean, like even from a couple of years ago, I've gotten a lot better. Like I used to lead off with doing Donald Trump every show, right? And like some audiences, like if they really hate Trump so much, like they hear his voice and they're already like against me, right?
For real.
So how do you win them back over? So I've just figured out like, all right, like you either gotta stay in character from the beginning, which I do. Sometimes I have the MC, whoever's hosting, say introduce me as the president.
Mm.
There you go. Right in character, right off the bat.
Right off the bat. I don't like to be Josh Rosen that often in the show. Like sometimes if they do introduce me, like I did a show a month ago where I opened up for another comedian and I said, play the Curb Your Enthusiasm music.
There you go. That's awesome.
So as soon as I walked out, doing the facial expressions, the audience was laughing because they were like, oh, he's already like Larry David, And so then that made it easier to get into my act.
I would say that's pretty smart because then you're off to a great start, right? You already got them laughing just by walking out.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's big.
All right. So I got a question for President Clinton. President Clinton, we know your ties with Jeffrey Epstein, and we've seen the painting of you in a blue dress. But what the American people really want to know, have you ever been to a Diddy party?
Well, what I'd like to say is, first of all, I have not had any relations with Jeffrey Epstein. I have had relations with a Silverstein, a Goldstein, a Bluestein, and a Greenstein. All in the same night. I do not know P. Diddy or Puff Daddy, but I have slept with Beyonce.
Good for you.
Who hasn't?
Now, hey, that was close to you, right? That whole raid and stuff. Like, did he live in Miami? Right? Is that happen? Did that take place? In Miami?
I don't know. I know it's in Florida. I'm not sure where.
I don't know. It could be. Yeah, I'm. South Florida's like we always have the raids here. Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been going. I'm only like 25 minutes from Mar-a-Lago too, so I actually I've been going up there a lot.
Nice.
I can't get in, but I stand on the perimeter, and there's news media there, and I go with my wig and suit on, and just
Oh, nice.
yeah.
Anybody interview you at all?
Yeah, I've been getting friendly with some of the news media.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Well, once they see that I'm not like a lunatic, like if I never broke character, it would be weird, right? Like if I go in there with the wig, but I tell them like, look, I'm just an impressionist, I'm not trying to like cause trouble, and then I
Right.
do stick for them,
That's awesome.
So fake. You guys are so fake. I see CNN and MSDNC is there. So fake.
Oh man, did you were you always the funny one out of your group, out of your family and stuff? Like were you always that guy?
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, there's, I can be serious too. Like anxiety, like I've always dealt with anxiety, right? And when I was a kid, so like making people laugh was my way of dealing with that.
Well, see, it's funny you say that. I was going to ask you that. It was a little follow up. Some comedians, I've heard in the past stuff. They said there's been a trauma in their life that kind of forced them, not so much forced them, but that's kind of like how they went into making people laugh. Whether, I don't know, they had a sick relative, sick parent or stuff. So they would go there and they would try to make them laugh to try to kind of soften the mood and,
Yeah.
I just heard Nikki Glazer talking about this.
Oh, really?
Actually, yeah. She had well, I'm not going to get into that, but she had an eating disorder and it led her to comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not asking you, hey, tell us the trauma in your life that made you this way. I'm saying, but you said you had a little bit of anxiety that kind of brought this out in you. I mean, right? Would you say?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always I'm a non-athletic Josh Rosen, right? But I like playing sports because, so I used to get made fun of a little bit for my height, right? Short guy. People used to make fun of the fact that I was very shy until I started doing this, right? Until I started performing in front of an audience. And then I had that as my reputation, and then that gave me incentive to just keep trying to get better at it.
That is nuts to even try to picture this guy being shy, right?
Yeah.
I was for a long time, yeah, very shy.
Good for
I
you.
remember walking in. I was a big WWF fan as a kid too, and I remember one of my first impressions was Stone Cold.
Oh,
And
Stone Cold.
Sometimes the characters help you break out of your
Sure,
anxiety. It's like when you're doing someone like Stone Cold or Trump or whatever, like you can't back down when you're doing the impression.
Let's hear your Stone Cold.
Somebody give me a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Austin
What?
316 says, I just whipped your ass on the Beers and BS studio, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so.
Nice.
Amen. Nice.
That's funny, man. That is
Got
seriously. I do. I find there. He's got the little action figure.
yeah.
Oh, remember those figures, man? I used to love those fucking things.
I do. I find it amazing when you can sit there and I hear myself. I hear my voice. If I watch this pod or listen to this pod, back and stuff, and I'm like, this is really what I sound like. But I mean, it's incredible.
You do Bernie Sanders as well, right?
Yeah, you want to hear some Bernie?
Well, yeah, because
Let's feel the burn.
when most Americans retire between 62 and 65, Bernie Sanders at 82 years old said that he's going for re-election
Yeah.
in 2024. Mr. Sanders, why do you think that's appropriate? Should there be an age limit?
Hi. Well, first of all, you're in the
up 1/10 of 1%. So you should not be talking about any age limits. Now, let me be clear. I will be running for president in 2028, 2032, 2036, 2040, 2044, however long it takes for the New York Jets to win the Super Bowl.
Look, you guys see Gabe twitching? Yeah, you see he's like this. A little bit.
Enough is enough. Free Bed Bath & Beyond coupons for everyone. He's always saying free shit, you know?
Oh, man.
Jiffy Lube.
Enough is enough. We agree.
Nice.
Have you ever,
That's hysterical.
have you ever thought about making your way down to Austin for Kill Tony?
Yeah, someone mentioned that to me recently. Definitely possibility.
I'm sorry.
I hear that's starting to become a major hub for comedy right now.
Yeah, I've heard great things about Austin. I know some people that moved out there recently.
Let's Kill Tony. What I missed what you said, Gabe. What'd you say?
So Kill Tony is a improv. I don't want to say it's improv, but it's a show for up and coming comedians. They get 1 minute of stage time, and then once their minute is up, the dais that includes a few different comedians, celebrities. They kind of ask questions, kind of do a little bit of a back and forth type thing. So some comedians are starting to get they're getting their start there. So
Get a little exposure.
1 minute, though? It's not really a lot of time.
no,
Yeah,
but they
Josh
have
could probably get
multiple
off, like, at least 4 or
people
5
on.
impressions.
Absolutely. I think that's probably, if I had to guess, an average audition time.
Wow, 1 minute. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever come up to New York at all and tried any of those like the Comedy Cellar and
Caroline's.
Well, I actually have an agent now who's based out of New York, so she wants me to start coming up there more, to get more exposure in that area. I am going to be there. There's also a sports show I'm trying to get on that's based out of New York. They know me. It's First Things First.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm going to try to see. I do have to be in New York in July, actually, for a wedding. So I'm going to see if I could maybe get on that show around that time, too, which would be cool exposure.
Awesome.
Yeah, let us know.
Nick Wright, Chris Broussard.
You do your Skip Bayless, or what would you do
On that show?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I hate Nick Wright and Chris Broussard. You know those guys?
Yeah.
Hey, buddy, the idea that you would come on First Things First and start imitating me, it is egregious, absurd. It is an abomination. It's just like anyone that says Patrick Mahomes isn't the GOAT. Hold on a minute, Brew. And then Broussard comes. Hey, but look, facts over Felix. It's not that guy, Nick.
He just went off on Pat Beverly.
Nick, yeah.
Yeah, he just went off on that. And you know what?
He was right.
Every word he said was true. It was a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah. That guy's nuts.
Absolutely. That was crazy what he did.
Yeah, I mean.
Give us a taste. What did he do?
You saw what he did.
Oh, man. All right. Joey brought up, a few minutes ago about Nikki Glaser. So, as you guys probably all heard, right, Nikki Glaser, there was a big roast of Tom Brady over the weekend.
Yeah.
Right? And she apparently stole the show. She was probably the best. I mean, I didn't watch it. I don't know if you guys did at all.
No, I didn't. I saw some of the highlights.
I saw some of the highlights as well. She was great. She was funny. Have you ever done roast? Do you do any of that stuff?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I've roasted people in character. Yeah. Like when I do Trump, people ask me to roast them as Trump. I've done that. I actually, so funny, the roast master, Jeff Ross.
Yeah.
I got to open for him a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, about in one of the improvs down here. one of his mutual friends introduced me to him, and then he was like, "Do you want to do 5 minutes?" So this is why you always got to stay ready in this business, because you don't know when the opportunity is going to come.
Right.
So and Jeff Ross did the roast of Trump years ago. So when I opened for him, I only did like 5 minutes, but it was Trump roasting Jeff Ross. I did it for half the set.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if Trump was invited to Tom Brady's roast, how would that sound?
Excuse me. Little Tom Brady, the guy's a total loser. He can't stay married to anyone because he's a stiff. If I was quarterback, I would have won like 1 million Super Bowls. This guy loses twice to little Eli Manning. What a disgrace, okay?
Damn right he did.
It's not like he's the good Manning. It's the low IQ Manning.
Mr. President, how do you say his ex-wife's name? Is it Gazelle or Giselle?
Well, nobody has more Giselle than me, believe me, okay?
Okay.
That's great.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
We love Giselle. Not as much as she's got more of a round body than Melania.
Where's Melania been?
Yeah, you haven't seen Melania.
Yeah, not at all, right?
Melania's been in Joe Biden's basement, okay?
Okay.
There's always an okay at the end. It's like a drifting okay.
Yeah.
We're doing great things. We record crowd. It's unbelievable. I'm on the Beers and BS podcast, and there's got to be 500,000 listeners, okay?
I love it.
I just lost my train of thought here about you talking about something with Trump. Oh yeah. Who does President Trump root for? What teams?
What team does he really root for, or how you?
Well, no. You as President Trump.
First of all, if I was running an NFL franchise, we would never lose. Okay, we would be the greatest winning team in the history of our country. And I happen to be good friends with Bob Kraft. Okay, we've gotten lots of massages together. We've given ourselves great back rubs here. So crafts, we love the crafts, and
also in South Florida, right? That took place.
Well, everything takes place in beautiful South Florida. It's so beautiful. It's really fantastic. The fake news at Mar-a-Lago is only valued at $1 million, but we know that's not true. And by the way, I've got a lot more money than little Jerry Jones. Believe me.
Little Jerry.
Little Jerry.
All right, can we get Josh back? Can we get Josh back real quick? I got a question for Josh. Josh, I saw on your bio that you recently, within the past couple of years, you did a movie with Matthew McConaughey.
That's true. Yes.
What was the name of the movie?
I wasn't the star of the movie, but I was.
You were in the movie. Yeah,
I was in a scene with him. Yeah, speaking scene. It was called The Beach Bum.
Awesome. What's he like?
McConaughey is the real deal. That was an interesting experience. It was filmed in Key West. It was the movie came out, I think, in 2019, like right before COVID, I think. And McConaughey was the coolest guy. I kept thinking that it wasn't actually going to be him in the scene with me. I thought there was going to be a stand-in. And then when I got to set, they were like, no, it's really him. So they were. And then before we got to the set, the one of the producers was like, Mr. McConaughey would like to meet you and rehearse the scene. So we met privately for almost an hour, and we're rehearsing the scene. And he was a really cool guy, really laid back, very professional at what he does, kind of like how you think he would be.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That's nice to hear, right? When you see these guys, I mean, he's
that I was nervous for. I didn't show it, but because I was just all right, just be professional, stay in character, know your lines and everything. I didn't ask him for a picture or anything like that, but I was nervous because that's different than doing when you're doing stand up, you're getting instant feedback, so you know if you're hitting, if you know
Right.
you're doing well. With when they say action, it's silent, and it's like you kind of like the best way to describe it is like you don't know if you're bombing or not.
Yeah.
And then the director says, "Okay, cut." And then, I mean, they did to do one scene that I was in. It took like over an hour because they kept filming from different angles and stuff, and it went fine. But it was like you just didn't know. Like you're just
So
staying.
when you said you were nervous, is it because he's such a big star kind of thing? Is that a little intimidating?
It was intimidating, yeah, and also like I didn't want to be the reason that the scene was screwed up.
Gotcha.
Didn't work out. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I relate to
pressure.
that tremendously. Tremendously.
Like when you're doing comedy, the great thing that I love about doing stand up is like I have full control over it. So some people that's scary because it's like there's no backup. It's like either you're it or that's not going to tank.
Lights out. That's it. Do you do Matthew McConaughey impression?
I do actually. Yes, I do. All right. Another thing I love about those gluten-free girls, right? I guess they stay the same weight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
Those gluten-free girls.
All rise, all rise, all rise.
All right,
man.
all right, all right.
Now, did you do that impression in front of him?
I did not. Matthew McConaughey impression in front of him. I was at that point. I didn't have it down all the way yet. But even if I did, I don't know that I would have because I was a little bit, too concerned with like just be professional, do the role,
Yeah.
Would you do your impression, like, let's say if you got the chance to meet like President Trump, would you do that in front of him?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting it close to Trump now. There's people I've been meeting people that know Trump that are now seeing my impression, and I'm trying to get it to them.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Have you ever done an impression of a person in front of that person?
Famous.
Well, some people have acknowledged my impression, like Nick Wright, and Chris Broussard are two people who have both acknowledged my impression and said they liked it. Said this is good. Other people, trying to think who else. I don't know that anyone else has. Oh, Woody Allen too, actually.
Really?
You do it with Allen, huh?
I got it to someone in his family who told me they shared it with Soon Yi and him, and they both liked it.
That's awesome.
That's great.
How would Woody Allen say he was giving us some dating tips?
What I would say is, I would definitely, avoid, interfamily relationships.
That is great, man.
Awesome.
I haven't got. I mean, I would love for Trump or Biden. I don't know if Biden would like my impression. I think he like.
That might be my favorite one, honestly. Yeah. I think it's fucking. They're all spot on. That one specifically tickles me.
Like a deer in the headlights.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah. Like I did something like Biden's sports updates are fun, where like he's just messing up like names and stuff.
Like with Biden, you don't even have to say a word. You could just do that, and it's fucking everything.
Hey, folks, I'm looking forward to tonight's game between Philadelphia Phillies and the New York Red Bulls.
Man. Sad but true, right?
My favorite player on the Knicks is Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's fantastic.
It's priceless.
Where's he going?
No, I got it. My phone is
Dying.
low.
Gotcha.
Well, Josh, we don't want to hold you up, too much longer. Anyway, we appreciate your time.
Yes,
Listen,
sir.
But so you're a professional, and do you have any gigs coming up? Anything you would like to promote? Let's hear all your social media addresses, everything.
Yeah. Let everybody know where they can find you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if everyone can find me on at Josh Impressions, it's Instagram, YouTube, and X. I'm very active on all those, putting out a lot of videos now, and also I do cameos as Trump or Biden or whoever you want. And so a lot of people, if you want me to wish you a happy birthday, or you just have like a friend that you want me to send a video to, doing the Trump impression, for instance, you can find me on
Mother's Day's this weekend. Anybody, that would be great.
Yeah.
A little
perfect birthday gift. Send DM on any of those platforms for sure.
Seriously, if anybody's getting married, you got to check out the video of him doing the toast as Trump. Hysterical.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. Great idea. Seriously, great idea.
Yeah.
Was that your idea, or did they come to you for that?
Well, that one, someone came to me online because they were like, I've seen your Trump impression. Would you come to my wedding and do like a toast? And then I told them how I could present it. And I told them, just give me the bullet points, and I'll make it like Trump.
Oh, man. It was so funny, and the people loved it.
3 of those now.
Nice.
That's awesome. Good for you. Good for you.
Good stuff, Josh.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. We appreciate you coming on, and, let us know if you come to New York. You know what I mean? Hit us up.
Yeah.
And otherwise, you're welcome back at any time. We're going to keep relations open, and we really appreciate you coming on tonight and your time. Thank you very much. You are super talented, and hopefully one day we will see you on Saturday Night Live.
Absolutely.
I would love that, man. I would love that. Seriously, I think you got it, bro. I really do.
Yeah.
Come on, Lauren Michaels. Give me a break.
Thanks, Josh. Have a great night, man. Good
See you,
luck.
Josh.
All right. Thanks,
man.
guys.
Take care.
Thank you very much. Oh, wow, that was great, man. He's super talented.
That was a lot of fun. Thank you, Josh Rosen.
Josh Rosen, super talent right there.
Like I said, amazing. I find that to be amazing when somebody could just get into character like that and change their voice and change their mannerisms. And I find that to be super talented. And I wasn't blowing smoke up his ass about SNL.
No, he deserves.
Why not? Why not him?
Yeah.
Do you remember the fucking guy from Police Academy? Michael Winslow?
Yeah, making all the noise.
Oh, the sound effects.
That is like he could play a guitar solo. Like,
do you remember? He was like the machine gun.
Yeah, that guy always, man. He always intrigued me. I thought that was an awesome.
You know
talent.
what? Though I feel like what else did he do besides Police Academy?
Not much.
He was in Cheech and Chong.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, he was in one of the first ones. I think it was Still Smoking.
So that's what that was before Police Academy.
It must have.
Yeah. He was in an office, and there was a Coke can on the floor, and he just picks it up and starts sniffing it, like he's sniffing Coke.
Yeah, he's another super talent. I'm surprised he wasn't bigger than that. You know what I mean? Like,
He was great in that. What was he, Jones?
Jones. Yeah.
That was his name.
Yeah, that was funny. Anyway, very cool, very cool. I like that guy a lot, and it was
Rosen.
always cool to have a guest, special guest, and anybody
Josh
out there. Okay, anybody out there in Singapore, if you want to come on and promote,
Show off your talents.
yeah. Give us a shout out to
This is the
the
platform.
Brew Crew email. Mike, what's our email?
It is brewcrew@beersandbs.com.
Joey, where can you find us?
You could find us on YouTube, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.
Very well. Guys, you want to wrap things up with a little Brew Crew email?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, we do have the Knicks game tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Welcome.
all right. Guys,
You've got
just
mail.
because we have the Knicks game 2 tonight, okay, versus the Indiana Pacers.
By the
And-
way, how fucking awesome is New York sports right now?
Oh, dude, did you guys see that Ranger game last night?
Yeah, it was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah. Double
Like,
overtime? Mike, you didn't stay up for it. I know you didn't stay up for the double overtime.
I don't watch the Rangers.
Bro, there's been a playoff game in the Garden. This will be the 4th night in a row.
Yeah?
1994 all over again.
Oh, shout out to freaking Dolan. Right? Imagine being that guy.
No. And he built that thing, the Sphere out in Vegas.
The
This guy
Sphere
said
out in
he's having
Vegas.
some year.
Yeah.
Go Rangers, go Knicks, man. This is fun. This is
1994 all over again.
I know, but I don't know. It feels different this year. It feels like this shit can really happen, man. I don't
Because
know.
in '94 we didn't win. This year we might actually win.
Well, the Rangers won.
This team is gelling.
Yeah.
We got some bad news that Mitchell Robinson
It
will not play for the rest of the playoffs due to this guy being a dirty fuck.
I heard they were looking at some free.
Joel-
I don't know if they could sign a free agent right now in the
Joel Embiid.
playoffs. But
Can you?
I saw something on X that I just started getting onto. I never really got on X.
But you don't need it, right? You got
Sims.
You have Jericho
Precious.
Sims, you have Isaiah Harshstein, and you have Precious Achua.
Precious.
But is he a big Precious?
Precious, I think, I want to say he's like 6'8", I want to say.
All right.
You know what I mean?
He plays big.
He
Plays
does.
big. And he plays with energy, you know?
Well, okay, so if you guys remember, Mitchell Robinson missed like the last
He's
50
always-
games of the
always
season.
hurt.
You know what I mean?
Always hurt, yeah.
And so Hardenstein was getting the start, and Precious was coming in playing the 5 for Hardenstein. You know, so he can do it. And then you had Jericho Sims too. He got a lot of playing time.
And listen, it's not like the Pacers are big like that. They're fast, you know?
They
So-
play fast.
Right.
Very fast.
Right, so Precious will fit right in there, help defend, and, you know, it'll be all right.
All right.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, so we'll see. So back to the Brew Crew email. We're going to wrap things up tonight with the Brew Crew email. We only have one question tonight because we got a Knick game tonight.
That's right.
Watch. So the Brew Crew email, that question is from
If it's not from Bob, I'm not answering it.
no.
No.
All right, so it better be from Barb then.
better
Okay,
be from Barb.
that question's from Barbara from Mastic. Okay.
Hi, Barb.
Hi, Bob.
Barbara from Mastic. Okay,
Barb.
Wait,
Oh,
where are those birds
I
coming
don't
from?
know.
Where's that coming from? Okay, Barbara from Mastic asked in the Brew Crew email, "What app takes up most of your screen time?" Oh, this is a great question. This is a great. Mike, kick it off.
Well, I honestly, I'd say YouTube. Unfortunately, like every other person in the world, once I hit that YouTube button, it's like diving into the rabbit hole. You know, I'm addicted to the shorts, and just it's just like, I guess, Instagram or TikTok, and I can sit there for hours and I do. I like on the train. That's an hour and 20-minute ride. So at least an hour.
Makes it go fast.
Yeah. You dive into a different reality.
You have a tall boy on the train? Couple?
No. I do not drink any travelers.
Joey, what about you, bud?
I think I would agree, man. Either TikTok or Instagram. I don't really like Facebook, and I don't like, like I said, when there's news going on, like in sports, I think X or I still call it Twitter is the thing. News breaks on that before it breaks anywhere else. So.
Do you know we do not have an X account?
Oh, we need to get on that. I think.
That would be.
You mean Beers and BS doesn't have an X
no.
account?
Yeah.
No.
Wait, so you're on X?
Yeah.
Do you ever?
Post? I've never posted one.
What are they
thing.
calling that? Because it used to be called you
It's
tweet,
X.
right?
It's
Elon
X.
Musk bought it. Now it's X.
No, I know that.
Oh.
I'm saying, but like when you posted something, like they would call it a tweet.
You tweet, yeah.
What do they call it now?
X? I think they're still calling it a tweet. I don't know. I've never posted one thing on it. I just read shit. Follow people and read
You
shit.
sure?
On X?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to
I'm gonna say
Yankees pitcher.
Yeah, a certain Yankees pitcher. You never did.
Oh, no. That was just Instagram. By the way, fuck him.
What's his name?
The Yankees got...
Marcus who?
Bro, fuck Marcus Stroman. I'm going to say it every day.
Marcus Stroman.
How
Listen,
are they letting
fuck
him
yourself.
fucking go on the mound with a do-rag on, bro?
Fuck outta
You
here.
seen this shit?
Yeah, but it's
No, the Yankees are supposed to have class, right?
He's
You
pitching
can't
with
wear
a
fucking
do-rag on.
a beard.
who.
And he's walking to the fucking mound in between innings with his hat off.
Well,
Very disrespectful.
what was the pitcher?
Marcus Stroman? You're disrespectful. To
They
the
got him
uniform.
from Seattle. What the hell was his name? He had the pine tar. He had the pine tar on his neck.
Oh, yeah.
He would wear. What the hell is his name? He wears hat.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Oh, man. It's
What
at the
the
tip
hell
of
is
my
his
tongue.
name, man? Jesus.
I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, right? I mean,
Did he get caught twice with the punt? No.
No.
once was very obvious.
in a
Like
playoff.
on his
Yeah,
neck.
he had the-
Yeah, it was
the-
on his neck. It was very
I
obvious.
think it was in a playoff game that happened.
I don't think so.
Oh.
I don't know if it was in a playoff game, but I'm saying, but like he would wear his hat crooked, and that would drive me crazy, man. I'm like,
CeCe
how
used
are
to
they?
do that.
How are they allowed? No, this was like a.
CeCe's allowed to do whatever he wants.
This was like a dude. This was like a hard right turn, man. He would at it, and it was like I can't do it. I can't do it with the headphones.
Stroman has to earn the right to wear a fucking do-rag.
Yeah, he's wearing a do-rag, and he's also wearing like T-shirts over his jersey. they're vintage Yankee T-shirts, but nobody else is doing that shit.
Right.
He should be able to do it.
We got it from the fucking Sunvet Mall back in '96. I know you got that shit.
Sunvet Mall.
Bro, that's exactly what it looks like. I have a couple pictures I'll send you. But
Joey, I just saw out of the corner of my eye that you have the game on right now.
yeah.
I am begging you because I am recording this game right now. All right. No. I'm saying just don't say anything.
Okay.
All right. Because I'm recording this game.
I got it.
Yo, did you ever see How I Met Your Mother?
Yeah.
Did you ever see the episode where
show, yeah.
they recorded, I think it was the Super Bowl? And he made this apparatus where he went to the bar, so he had to pick up the wings for the Super Bowl because he taped it. And he made this
So
apparatus.
he couldn't see?
Yeah. See or hear. He had
We gotta find we gotta find that clip.
Gabe, you can look it up. How I Met Your Mother. Ted was trying to,
He made blinders.
Ted tapes the Super Bowl. I bet you if you Google it.
Hey guys, I gotta go.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Right.
Go get some cover, Gabe. Holy shit, dude.
Oh, that was interesting. I hope everything's all right. He didn't grab the piece that's laying on the table, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
He just looked pretty nervous.
Yeah, he did. For those that are listening, Gabe is down in Tennessee, and there's been some tornadoes in the area. And Gabe,
I thought maybe someone was breaking into something.
No. He said you were outside. A tornado touched down like very close.
Really?
yeah. So
Well, he didn't lose internet.
we hope Gabe is okay.
Gabe, hang in there, buddy.
Yeah, he just had to evacuate, and we hope he's okay.
Now you're going to start this when you get home in a little bit.
Yeah,
You're going to start this from
the beginning.
the beginning.
Hey, listen. Honestly, you could put it on at halftime. And
No, I want to see
You're
the
gonna watch.
process.
You're gonna watch the pregame, or you're just gonna go right to the game.
No, I didn't tape the pregame.
Okay.
I didn't record but I do like the pregame. I do like hearing those guys. I feel kind of bad even talking right now. I've seen that Gabe just,
Yeah,
ran
maybe we should wrap this up.
off.
listen. What app takes the most time?
I was going to say Newsday.
Newsday.
Okay, I read the newspaper online, guys.
Is that a free app?
Listen.
No.
It figures. He tapes the fucking game. He reads Newsday.
I read the paper
Game over.
online.
Like on an iPad or your phone?
Both.
Okay.
And that
Can you share your password and shit? I don't know if I want to pay.
that takes up most of my time. So once again, another great question from Barbara from Mastic.
Barbara, we're in an emergency
Barb, you're the
situation.
best.
Yeah.
We love it.
And everybody
Keep 'em coming.
say a prayer for Gabe down in Tennessee.
That's right, Gabe.
And
Gabe is resilient.
I'm guessing Jalen hit a 3. All right, well, hold on. I see Gabe a little bit in the picture.
Not laughing, Gabe. Just
Yeah,
are you okay?
Gabe, talk to us. What's up?
Yeah, so we do have a tornado down in my city. It is moving
Oh man.
east right now, and it's going to be here fairly soon. So I gotta jump off.
All right,
Oh,
Gabe,
sorry,
We're
Gabe.
done here,
Good
Gabe.
luck.
Go get safe, man.
Thanks. Talk to
All
you
right,
soon.
right.
send us a text.
Damn.
Now, we want to say a big thank you to Josh Rosen once again. That's Josh Impressions. You can look him up. He's available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, Sweet 16s, Saturday Night Live. You name it, the guy can do it. Don't worry.
He should be.
He's awesome.
All right. That's all I got, fellas. You guys
Me
got
too.
anything?
Gabe, stay safe, buddy.
Yeah. All right. Stay safe, guys. Thanks for listening, and let's go Knicks.
Do
Peace.
you have exit music?
Later.
No exit music?
Oh, sorry, I'm slipping.
Get home safe.